Powered by Fuzion.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to DPMF Live. Now meet our hosts.
Now, are you ready?
Good evening. It's Sunday night. It's 8 o'clock. It's the 23rd of February. This is episode 58. This is a Memecoin called 589 CTO. And Corey's joining us tonight. There's going to be some interesting information being divulged. We are, as ever, sponsored by Fuzion-XIO, the baddest place to get your NFTs. Dan, are you ready for the markets?
Yeah, let's fly through them. Just for a bit of interest, I was talking about this with the panel earlier. There is now 11.82 million cryptocurrencies that exist, so tokens and crypto assets in the world. 11.82 million. There are 796 exchanges, and the overall crypto market cap is sitting at 3.18 trillion with a 24-hour volume of 67.48 billion, which is actually down 25% on the 24-hour. Dominance, the overall dominance of the market, Bitcoin is sitting at 59.8%, so just under 60% of all value in crypto is in Bitcoin. 10% or 10.7% is in Ethereum. And judging on the market caps, looking at Ethereum and XRP, that would mean XRP is just under 5% of the overall crypto market, which is pretty good. So it's got some room to grow. Bitcoin ranked at number 1 is sitting at $95,835. It's not moved much on the 7-day, down 1.28%. Ranked at number 2 is Ethereum, sitting at $2,810, which is up 4.75% on the 7-day. Our XRP is ranked at number 3, sitting at $2.55 and is down 6% on the 7-day. Ranked at number 4 is Tether. Ranked at number 5 is BNB, sitting at $654.39, down 2.96% on the 7-day. Solana is ranked at number 6, sitting at $167.98, which is down 11% on the 7-day. USDC is ranked at number 7. Dogecoin is still sitting up in the top 10, which is sitting at 24 cents, ranked at number 8, and that's down 9% on the 7-day. Ranked at number 9 is Cardano, sitting at 76 cents, and that's barely moved over the past 7 days, at 0.4%. And then ranked at number 10, we have Tron, which is sitting at 24 cents, which has moved up 0.81%. So generally it's been pretty steady over the past week.
If you like what you hear, please share the space. Please like, please comment. And if you feel brave enough to dance with the four amigos, come and join us to have a little chat tonight. Did you know that it was the biggest hack in history on Bybit, 1.5 billion Ethereum? How about that? That's bad.
Supposedly from a group of South Korean.
I heard it was I heard it was North Korea.
Possibly North Korean.
North Koreans. It was North Koreans.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
And not only
Did
that,
they cash it out though? Did they cash it out though?
oh, I don't know
Well,
what
I think they dispersed it, didn't they, to loads and loads of different wallets. I think, if I remember reading rightly.
I don't know.
I think they were able to claw back about 15,000 ETH so far.
Wow. Wow.
Ooh.
Just wow. Wow. And other little droplets of information. Coinbase has now been approved to be working in the UK, which is quite nice. Not that I'd ever use Coinbase, but yeah, they're now available. Did you know that?
Coinbase didn't used to be too bad. I used to use them about 5 years ago. I think it was 4 or 5 years ago. I haven't used them much recently though. I barely use them now, but I do. There's a lot of people that complain about having their funds locked in there. A few people with quite a large amount of Bitcoin and Ethereum are usually complaining they can't get it off.
Yeah, it's not an exchange I would use, but you know, each to their own. And it's just nice to have another option, I suppose, out there. Just for those,
You know, I've used them for quite a while now. I've never had any issues. They're my go-to on-ramp, off-ramps until now, so far.
yeah. No, I'm not suggesting that anyone should or shouldn't, but you know, you always be cautious, shouldn't you? Just for those people that are on our Telegram group, there is a fake Dan out there. So Dan here will not ever DM you. so if you get a DM from fake Dan, just chat with us.
Just let real Dan know, so I can laugh about it a little bit.
Yeah, perhaps you need a code. Every time you send a message, there should be a code on it or something. What about that?
I mean, it was quite shocking. I said, when I see the thing come in, because my name on Telegram, I don't know if you know, there's some Chinese symbols either side. I don't know if you know what I mean. And I do it so the font is deliberately like that, so everyone knows it's me. And I thought, God, this bugger's copied that. And I thought, and he's copied my head.
I know.
Couldn't you come up with your own head?
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
I think he's already changed his details. He's not me anymore. He's someone else.
It'd be safe to say, Wes, I don't think many people will be imitating you, my friend. Sorry, I had to put that one in there. Sorry, buddy. Our videos will be on our YouTube channel. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it all, but it looks absolutely smashing. Raylene is doing a cracking job with the YouTube channel, and we are sticking every show we do on there, and it is absolutely banging. So if you don't manage to get on tonight, you can go to the YouTube channel. Please, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. It helps us, get more information to you. And it's just a real buzz. It's real good to do those sort of shows. Corey from 589, open your mic, my friend. Welcome to the space. I hope we've entertained you for the last 5 minutes and you found it a bit funny.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, can everybody hear me okay?
Loud and clear, Corey, loud and clear. Now, you're obviously American. Whereabouts in America are you from, my friend?
So I currently live in Indiana. I'm just outside of Indianapolis. I've been here for the last 11 years or so. Before that, I was born in Colorado. I lived quite a few years in California. I also lived 4 years up in Alaska. So I've been all over.
Oh, wicked. I'd love to go to California. I really like California. I've got the idea that I want to go to California. Corey, let us know about your history. How did you get into crypto? What's your background work-wise?
So work-wise, I kind of blue-collar background mainly. I also did some sales. So I started off in the military. I was in the Navy. I was actually stationed out of San Diego on the USS Ronald Reagan. It's an aircraft carrier out there. So I did 6 years in the Navy. And then when I got out, I started doing some sales, mainly hydraulics. So I was like a hydraulics sales engineer. I would design and sell hydraulic systems in in different plants. I would also work for like small OEMs and design machinery, anything with hydraulics really. So that was kind of my background. And then crypto. So I got into crypto, my first entry into crypto, I guess, was Bitcoin. There was a lot of hype around it. I got in 2019. And then, so I had a couple Bitcoins, made a decent profit on them, sold them in 2019 because I was doing a lot of research, following a lot of accounts, and I'd honestly just kind of jumped into Bitcoin without doing much research. And then I completely sold out and I put 100% of the profits into XRP in 2019. So I've been a holder of XRP since then. Not very active. I still didn't really know what I was doing. And then I was, let's see, who was I following? There was a couple different people I was following. Zen was one of the big ones. The Zen Lounge. He was, everything in there was he was very informative, kind of showing people around the ledger. And then when he started promoting the XRP memes, that's when I jumped in. So I got into the XRP meme space, November of 2024. So I'm still pretty brand new.
So how big's your community? Have you got many people in your community?
We do. So we have 5,400 holders. We've got 1,100 in our Telegram. And we've got 4,700, I believe, on X. So we do have a fairly large community.
Awesome, that's pretty cool. And if I was to ask you, what's your mission statement? What are you trying to do with your meme coin? What direction are you going?
So probably going up, to be honest with you. I doubt it's going the other way.
No, we've so I mean, I think our idea is we believe that we are XRP's most iconic meme. 589 was the meme for XRP before meme coins even existed on the XRP ledger. So we believe that when the volume really comes in, I think we're going to be one of the first tokens they look at, and we obviously think we're going to be the number one coin on the ledger one day. So that's our goal, and that's what we're pushing towards. So anything that we can do, marketing wise, we're also really big on collaborations. As you guys know, we work with a lot of different projects, from liquidity pools, from token to token, as well as, mutual marketing, kind of helping each other out. And I really think that's what sets the XRP space apart from every other space is, we all are a community. We're truly a community and working together for the common good of XRPL as a whole. So that's what we're going to do. We have some things going right now in the background as well that I can't discuss too much, but we have a lot of things that we're working on to add some utility long term.
Awesome. So if you're a project out there and you want to get on our show, please DM Live Free. We like to interview other projects out there, and get their take about what they're trying to do, what they're trying to achieve. But going back to your project, Corey, how many tokens have you did you sort of drop onto the market, and did you drop it all, or how did you do it?
So we're actually a CTO. So I didn't create the token. No one on my team did. We actually took over the project. It was less than a week after it was launched. So the original developer mismanaged the project, and then I was just a community member. I was an investor. And then when it was clearly being mismanaged, there were a few very active people in the Telegram group. We all got together, decided to do a community takeover, and it was a rough process for that week, and we've kind of been building back ever since. But we have 5.89 million token or billion tokens was created, and then 9% was burned. So we have 5.33 circulating.
When was the project launched? Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
November 30th is when the project was launched, and we officially CTO'd December 7th, I believe.
It must be quite hard. We've spoke to a few Memecoin projects before who have done a community takeover, for sort of for the betterment of the asset. And I can imagine if you don't have sort of much experience, it must be incredibly stressful. Yeah, especially at the start to take it all over. And as an additional point, I noticed at the start you said you had a military background, and for those listening, a good point to note is that people who get involved in companies and projects with a military background, generally, there's a statistic on this, generally seem to be quite successful. And there'd be a lot of reasons for that through the military processes they do, historically. So, it'd be interesting to watch because, not all meme coins are successful. Some do really well. So, unfortunately, and you've had a taste of that being invested in it where a developer has sort of cut and run. I think it's good that you yourself and a group of people stood up and went, no, we're going to continue this. We'll get some light at the end of the tunnel with this. We're going to keep going. But yeah, I can imagine the journey has been pretty stressful, probably from when you did take over.
It absolutely was. Yeah, there's no community takeover that happens on good terms, right? So it's always because the developer is rugging or, severely mismanaging the project. In our case, it was both. So, you lose a lot of the community's trust, not just within your community, right? But like in the XRPL meme space as a whole, everyone kind of looks at your token like, well, we know what happened there, so we have to kind of rebuild that as well. And then, we didn't have much experience. It's not like we didn't have a developer on our team or anything. We were all just investors, and honestly, I think we got very, very lucky when. Now that I'm deep into the space and I know a lot of other project developers and other CTOs, there's good ones for sure. But as far as our team goes, our core team, we all work together very, very well. We all chip in. We all do different things. We have a great artist. I mean, if you guys have ever looked through our memes, I think we have some of the best artwork on the ledger right now. And everybody chips in and does their part. We all have different strengths. We all have different weaknesses, and we all work very, very well together. And I think that we got very lucky.
Hey, Corey, I'm just wondering because I hear a lot of CTOs happening on the regular, and I'm just wondering what is the process, or what was your process of becoming a CTO, of going through the awkwardness of taking over the community? What difficulties did you encounter, and what were some of the hurdles you faced, please?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the first hurdle was getting everybody transferred over to a new Telegram group. So the original developer in our case, he had full ownership of the Telegram group. He was never there. He was probably too busy selling off his tokens to check in, right? So as it was going down, the Telegram group became very active and nobody was answering questions. So we did try to include the original developer. We didn't just want to CTO and not have his blessing. And so we tried many times to get in contact with them. Many people, we tried to have a mediator come in and, kind of sit down with both sides and try to work something out, but it just didn't happen. So once it was a no-go, then we created our own Telegram group and we started migrating people over slowly. So we didn't want to get locked out of his Telegram group before we had, the holders over into our new one. So that was kind of a dicey process. And then in the background of trying to spread the word that we're doing a CTO, migrate people over, in the background, we had to file official CTO application with DexScreener to get all of our socials changed. In order to do that, you have to create your new socials. So we had to create a new X account. We created a website. One of my team members, Yman, he actually created our website in 30 hours. So he worked day and night, got it created, launched in 30 hours. And then we had to go around to all the sites like XP Market, First Ledger. There are fees involved with changing over the socials for a CTO. So once we did all that and had the Telegram group fully up and running, then it was just spreading the word, staying active on social media, getting as many people over to the new one as possible. So we still had to go back into the old Telegram and write messages and give them the link to the new Telegram to get over. And that was basically the whole process. And throughout that whole time, the original developer was still selling his tokens. So it was going down, 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 down. And luckily we had a lot of our core group that are, still with us, our long-term holders that have been with us from day one. And they were very supportive, and they saw how hard we were working and how fast we were getting things done. And my advice to anybody who's doing a CTO and that is in a similar situation is the speed at which you do things in the beginning is very, very important. If you're dragging your feet and it takes you, a week to create a website and get active on social media, you are going to lose so many holders during that process. And you're really going to be starting off from zero. So we had, when we took over the coin, there were, I think, 5,800 holders, and over the course of the CTO, we only lost about 300. So we kept the majority of our holders through the CTO process, which I think is pretty remarkable.
That's some actually quite important information you just dropped there. If you're going to do a project like what you just said, it's quite useful tools there. Are you part of the? I'm not sure if we're allowed to answer this question, but are you part of the alliance?
Yeah, it's out now, Palace. Yeah, people can now say they're part of it. Yeah.
So 589, Corey, tell us all about the alliance. What you know about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So all the memes, it's kind of headed by ATM. All the money's doing all the memes is the catchphrase there, and it's a group of, I believe we've got close to 40 projects in there now. For all XRP projects, and we've all donated a significant amount of tokens into the ATM vault that will be used for mutual marketing, for airdrops to ATM holders, and it's really a great initiative, I think, for bringing together all of our communities. So we have, we have a more power in numbers, if you will. So we can, we all work together, and again, just like on a smaller scale, like within a team, everybody has their different strengths. Now when you have 40 projects, there are a lot more people with a lot more strengths. So whether it's artwork or the utility side, you've got builders, you have people that are very good at organizing things, people that are very good with soundboards and running spaces. And then we can kind of get our communities together, either to raid posts, or eventually, if we're going to have some sort of initiative on X, we've got a lot of different projects that we can work with that are all supportive. And then, on a more, on a more personal side, like as it, what is the individual token, how does it help your individual token? The main thing for me is the connections. So I've met a lot of really, really good people, and they all have different strengths. So being kind of newer to this space, those connections have been vital to me. Absolutely vital. There's people that have been here a long time that have a lot of knowledge to share and are very, very helpful. So, I think it's been great.
Absolutely. And now there is power in unity, and any kind of alliance where you're bringing together lots of different ideas and lots of knowledge and skills can only benefit a whole community rather than, just one project. So yeah, I think you're absolutely right there. Every time you say all the money, I feel like breaking out into song. Yeah. Do you know the song I'm going to sing?
I don't know, but I'm really excited to hear you sing. So
please sing it, Alex. Please.
All the money, all the money. You must have heard that by now on the YouTube channel. Have you not listened to our YouTube channel?
I have not. No, sir.
Oh, 589 Corey, you're now I'm going to tell you off because you should be listening to our shows. We did a show. I think actually we spoke about this.
Yeah, we caught wind that Corey, that you might have listened to a show we done about 589.
I did actually. Yep. I listened to that earlier today. I did listen to it.
You knew we were going to bounce off that at some point in this show, didn't you? That's why you listened.
I did. I did. Yeah, I knew it.
What did you think of it, Corey?
What did you? Yeah.
I thought you guys did a banging job on that show. To be completely honest, there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of speculation out there, and there's a lot of misinformation out there about where the 589 lore came from, and you guys absolutely nailed it. And to be completely honest with you, it was more in depth than I had ever heard before. There were some new things that I learned as well. I mean, I knew bits and pieces of what you guys were talking about, but not as in depth. So I think you guys did a phenomenal job.
So Corey, is that an official advertisement of our channel and what we did? Is that official?
I think you guys are the official experts on 589.
I wouldn't go that far.
I think that's brilliant.
I think one of you is secretly the bearable guy.
That'll be
I'm just trying to figure out which one it is.
To be fair with Wes, he actually, so before we done that, because we wanted to take it quite seriously about 589 because, it's a target everyone, sort of boasts about. And you obviously have this Memecoin project now as well. We done that show about a year ago, I think it was now. And Wesley, who's on here, on the panel, he done a lot of research on that and discussed quite a lot of points about it before he went on. He went really deep with it, so it's really hats off to him on that one. He went far.
Yeah, no, he absolutely did.
Wes does pretend to be not very intelligent, but actually he's super smart. So don't ever let these silly comments he comes out with he's not smart, because he is. In fact, I think he's smart.
I do not pretend.
It is so true. He does so well at looking stupid. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But then he has these moments, right? We'll be on a show, and he'll just bust out some information that no one knows. That's really accurate, and you're like, how did he know that? And then you find out he went to university and that, and now he's a scaffolder.
So, Corey, you must obviously you didn't listen to the show last week, did you? Do you know the questions? Are we sort of wasting our time asking you questions if you already know them?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I know the questions.
Right, Corey. What happens here is you have to think of a question that I put to someone next week. Are we doing a project next week? I can't remember. Are we doing a project next week?
Oh, I'm not sure. We'll talk about it after.
It may not be next week.
We're not.
It's a question for the next project. Yeah.
Yeah, then
Okay.
So Corey, you've got to think of a question for the project we bring on next week, if we bring on a project. But while we're doing that, Wes has got a question from the project last week. Wes, take it away.
So this is the question from All the Money projects from last time, and it is. And this is the question, Corey. Do you have any children? And did that interfere with your ability to conduct your operations when, well, in this case, performing the CTO?
So I do have children. I actually have 3 boys. I have a 12-year-old, and then I have a almost 2-year-old, and I also have a 6-month-old. So we are very, very, very busy over here. My wife works from home for the most part. Luckily, so while the CTO was happening, she was still on maternity leave. So I was able to dedicate a lot of time to it, especially in those first few weeks. And so even now, it's a full-time job. Anybody out there who's running a successful project knows how time-consuming it is. So I wouldn't say that it interferes, but you have to be able to. Well, first of all, you have to have a very understanding and supportive wife. If you don't have that, you're in big trouble. So you are in big trouble. So you have to make sure that you have a very understanding wife, and then family still comes first for me. So I make sure to dedicate time to them, even though it's not as much obviously as it was before I was running a project on the XRPL, but you have to, like this morning, for instance, we all went on a hike together, and I didn't even take my phone. So if you can find a reason to look at your phone every 5 minutes. You're going to have a message, you're going to have something to respond to, you're going to have something that you can check on. And for me, if I have my phone, I will do that. So I pick certain times and certain activities where I just don't even bring my phone, so they can have my undivided attention.
You are very true there, Corey, but behind every strong man, there is also a very powerful, strong woman. I'll tell you that now. Wes, did you ask the wrong question? Because I think you did. I think you asked the question last week.
No, surely not.
Check your page.
Did he ask the wrong question?
Yeah, he asked the one for the previous one.
Wait. So that being said, that was a great answer and a great conversation nonetheless. You see, this is how good I am.
The answer was amazing.
Well, it was amazing. But there's a second part to this question, and it is what would you do? What would you do differently if you did it again?
He would answer the same way.
I know what I'd do differently if I did it again, I'll tell you that.
Oh, Wes, you are a very rare breed of man, I'll tell you, mate.
So what would I do? What would I do differently if I did it again, as far as like taking over a project?
Yeah, the project. Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I don't want to sit here and say that we've done everything right. Okay, so something, I had to learn a lot of, I do think we did things very, very well. So as far as the CTO process went, and the team members involved, trying to do this on your own, there are some out there that do. There's a couple developers that I know of that are doing it on their own. You have to have the skills. So you have to be a good artist. You have to have some sort of, programming or building knowledge to be able to add some utility, or you also have to be very good with words and writing, or very good with AI to help you out. When you have a team of people, it's much easier. So we have an artist that's dedicated, and he can just do art all day long. and then myself and another member on the team, we handle all of the social, all of the marketing, all of the collaborations, etc. And then we have somebody else on the team who's very smart in all of the back end stuff, in programming and coding and things like that. So it's much easier with a team. But the thing that I would do differently, and I don't know really how I would do it differently, but the biggest mistakes I made was everybody in here has been in the crypto space. We all know how often you get scammed. There are people that come into your Telegram group that are offering services, and they rarely ever deliver. You are better off ignoring every single person that comes into your Telegram, every single one, 100% of them. You are better off ignoring all of them. Not just because most of them are scammers, but your time is very valuable as well. So if you're answering all of these DMs and like, when you say you're not interested, and then they're like, well, why, man? I've got this, call group that we just need to do a pinned post for, and we're going to send you to 585 million or 589 million. You've got all these people making these empty promises, and it just is a waste of time. There are so many other things that you could be doing, and your money is much better spent somewhere else. So the kind of what I go back to, what I've learned, again, I had to learn it the hard way, but what I've learned is that there are some really good people to work with that can really add value to your token. Those people do not have to go around and beg for business in your Telegram group. The people that are coming into your Telegram group and begging for business are not the ones you want to work with. You have to seek out the right people in this space, the ones who are actually offering a service worth having.
Absolutely. Some really wise words. You articulate yourself really well. There's this guy called Dan that keeps coming into our Telegram group. Don't do anything to do with this Dan guy, because I think he's trouble. He's trouble. So what have you got planned for 589 and your team? What are you going to do down the road? I mean, you're going to do more NFTs, you could do games, competitions. What else are you going to do?
So we just launched our first line of NFTs, the 589 Pixel Prophecy collection. So that's almost minted. We're at 90% minted now. So we do have two other collections in the pipeline that we will be releasing. So that's, as you know, as a CTO, we don't have a big dev allocation. So the NFTs is one of those ways to bring in funds for marketing and development. So that'll probably be something that we do that's ongoing. And then one of my big initiatives, or one of our big initiatives over the last couple of weeks, has been liquidity. So again, with our NFTs, we as soon as 40% was minted, we put 40% directly into a liquidity pool. And then the CTO team matched that XRP with 25 million 589 tokens, and we added $11,000 to our liquidity pool right off the bat. So that was one of our big goals with the NFT launch. And then the rest of it's going to be used for marketing, a central exchange listing down the road. So there's a lot of expenses in running a successful project that we'll use the NFTs to kind of offset. We are also working on adding some utility as well. So we have what we think is a very good idea, something that is needed in the XRPL space. So we're working on that right now, and I'll be very excited to talk about that sometime in the future. And then we also are focusing big time on collaborations. It's not just with all the memes. It's a lot of the projects within all the memes, adding meme-to-meme liquidity pools. I don't know if you caught one of our posts last week, but we teamed up with the 666 meme coin, and we created a liquidity pool that has over $6,000 in it between our tokens. It's actually the largest meme-to-meme liquidity pool on the ledger, and it's in the top 100 largest liquidity pools on the ledger, and the only one that's in the top 100 that's not paired with XRP. So we are, and we've done similar things with other projects, and we're going to continue to do that. Just more ways to add liquidity, make it easier to do swaps in the future. There's not a lot of swapping from one token to another right now, but in the future you've got projects like the XGC swap, and there's going to be things down the road where it's more beneficial for somebody to swap from one token to another as opposed of selling out to XRP and then buying back in. It's just be a much cheaper way of doing things. And once it becomes more available and more projects are doing it, I think that'll take off as well. So that's another thing that we're working on.
So quite a lot of exciting things happening. So that's pretty cool.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch anything about the B-Meta yacht, the 589 yacht. Has that been mentioned already?
No, it hasn't. No, that's a good one. That's actually something that we're very excited about. So yeah, we did work with them, and our yacht is actually the auction is actually live right now. So we've got a very good looking yacht, and I don't want anybody to go out and bid on it because we want it. So
yeah, good luck with that. That's a pretty nice gold.
You've got there's a Live Free in the room, and Live Free does like a good bid.
Yeah, okay,
and he loves a good yacht as well.
Yeah, no, this is a good looking one, and we're excited. So I personally, I haven't done anything in the metaverse at all. So I'm very excited to do that. I think the yacht would be a great place for our community members to come in and gather. The same thing with the buildings in the metaverse. So we're going to be deeply involved with that initiative as well. So it's one of those things that's very forward thinking to most. I mean, you get into we're already forward thinkers here, being involved in crypto. That's less than 1% of society, and then of the people involved in crypto that are taking the business side of things into the metaverse, it's even less than that. So it might take a while for it to really catch on, but it'll be it's gonna be really exciting to be a part of that. On kind of besides the builders in there, we're going to be kind of on the ground floor.
I have to apologise. We've obviously been speaking about you and your project, but I've not asked you about your team that are around you. So have you got people around you? I mean, have you got people involved in the project as well that are in the space? So there's two people that I have that I would kind of consider advisors. They're not paid, but anytime I have a question, especially with marketing, now I'm getting the hang of it pretty good now. But back in December, I had a lot of questions, having never operated a token before, and I had a very helpful gentleman come in to actually listened to me when I was doing an AMA, and came into the chat, joined the community, bought a bag of 589, and kind of introduced himself. And so I asked him a lot of questions. He's been in the space for a very long time, so he's helped me out. Our artist has been an artist for his entire life. Our builder developer on the team, he has a buddy who is a very good programmer, coder, things like that. And then Yardman or Y-Man on my team, he's a graphic designer. So we all kind of bring our own
strengths.
And that's super cool. That is, go on, sorry.
Yeah, no, and then I was going to say, and then since meeting, all of the different projects and being involved in all the memes has been a big part of that. Kind of opens the door to a lot of other people to help out and ask questions to. And, there's so many good people in this space. And I think it's specific. When you look at everything that's going on with Solana and Ethereum, the XRP ledger is completely different. It is completely different. I think what really sets us apart is we all care about each other's project. There's a lot of good people in here that have been in XRP for a long time. They're diamond hand holders and they're running projects the same way. So there's not a lot of course, you can still come to the ledger and rug a project. Anybody can do that, I guess. But the projects on the ledger seem to be more about lore and community and a deep-rooted belief in XRP. And no one here is going anywhere. All of these projects in all the memes. None of these guys are going anywhere. We're here for the long run. We're going to be here for years.
And that's good to see and hear. But I mean, during the early days on the XRPL, it was a complete, airdrop, rug pull city, wasn't it, at first? But yeah, no, it's sort of ironed itself out a little bit now. So the hardcore sort of people that really care about the chain and the development of the XRPL have now been left, and now we're kind of developing things. Is there anything that I haven't asked you tonight that you feel you need to get across, bearing in mind that this is going on YouTube and it will obviously be recorded? Is there anything that I've missed out about your project that you feel we need to highlight?
I don't think so. I think we've covered just about everything, unless you've got a third question on that notepad.
I think Wes has probably got about 60 questions on that. You can ask more if you like, Wes. Bearing in mind as well, if you're just tuned in, this show is being recorded. It'll go on our website and it'll also be on YouTube. Raylene's doing a smashing job on the YouTube. So Corey, thank you very much for coming tonight. It's been awesome hanging out with you and hearing your developments. I look forward to seeing your project blossom.